Good morning, boys and girls. We're going to continue working on making your opinion writing stronger. So let me get started with sharing my screen. When you're doing your opinion writing today, we'd like you to look at different ways authors use capital letters, and we'd like you to start getting creative with conventions when you have a reason. Of course, you know we use capital letters in our writing for the beginning of a sentence, like, that was a really nice story, or the first letter in a person's name, such as in Mercy Watson. And of course, you would use a capital letter for a middle name and for titles like Mr., Mrs., Ms., or Doctor. You know we use capital letters for the first letter in all the words in a title, city or state, or place of business, such as in the title Creature Campers, or in New York City, or a place of business like Scholastic Book Company. But this is when you can start being a little more creative and it gets a little more interesting. When you use capital letters in your writing for all the letters in a word to show the word is loud or important, like crash, boom, or that was really gross. You can make creative choices about capitals or any other convention as long as you have a reason. The reason should work with your writing and make your writing stronger. Check out a few examples. In Creature Campers, the word splash is in all capitals to help you picture what it would be like if Hazel tipped the canoe over and they fell in the lake. I might tip the canoe right over and then splash. Barnaby Snoop said, "Nothing will keep me from capturing you for my carnival of creatures. Nothing." The author used all capitals to emphasize the character's strong feelings and show how determined Barnaby is to be successful. Using all capital letters can be a powerful tool, especially when you're writing an opinion, but you need to plan first and make sure you don't overdo it. You need to choose just the perfect place to add the capitals or to put that exclamation point in. Show strong feelings, emphasize events or parts of a conversation only when they are really important. Besides using capital letters for each letter in the word, there are other ways to be creative when you're trying to make a point. Using exclamation points, italicized print, or a fancy font, let the reader know something is important. And of course, bolding a word and underlining it are great ways to show importance too. Even the way you place words on the page can make your reader pay close attention. Notice the clever way the author of Creature Campers, The Secret of Shadow Lake, placed the words on this page. So you'll see the quote and then the speaker tag who's speaking, but just look down the left-hand side here. Did she just say lake monster? When you read the words down the left side of the page without the speaker tags, it actually is a complete sentence. Did she just say lake monster? The author really had to plan that out. Even though they had room to write the sentences maybe side by side, they really separated it out so that when they put the bold and the capital letters, it stood out and it shows that they were definitely afraid of this lake monster. And I think the illustration, of course, helps quite a bit as well. Wait for it, wait for it, using an ellipsis. An ellipsis, or dot, 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 is a convention used to show something is missing from a text. It's a way to show the main points by skipping some of the original text the author had written. However, authors use the ellipsis or dot, dot, dot for another reason. It shows suspense or a dramatic pause. Okay, so this is when you're getting creative. You're not going to use it for the real reason to show that there's some sentences or some words missing. You're going to use it to be a little more dramatic. They even used it over here in the title. In both examples from Creature Campers, the ellipsis or dot, dot, dot is used to create suspense for the reader. I spy with my little eye a Bigfoot, said Barnaby Snoop. Or a single eye on top of a long, thin stalk had slowly risen above the surface of the water, and it was looking right at them. So the author's trying to have a little bit of a pause and create some suspense just by putting in that ellipsis or the three dots. Now it's your turn to write. Are you ready to try these out in your own opinion pieces? What we would like you to do today is reread some of your opinion letters, find a spot where you can make your writing stronger by using capitals, italicized print, exclamation points, or an ellipsis. Here's another option. You could also begin a new opinion piece, writing about Creature Campers, Book 3 or Book 4. As you plan your new piece, of course, you need to remember to make notes about the opinions you want to share, look for evidence to back up those opinions, and then to really make your point, use one of those features or one of these features you saw today. I'm going to stop sharing for a moment. So boys and girls, when you're writing today, you don't want to just litter your work with a whole bunch of capital letters or exclamation points. You really want to look for something in a letter that you've already written. And you have to be honest with yourself. Find a spot where maybe it was a little weak. You really didn't prove your opinion very well. And then use that as an opportunity to improve your writing. Say, that's the spot where I'm going to find a way to add maybe a fancy font, rewrite the sentence and add something with an exclamation point or an ellipse. So try one of these features in one or two spots. You don't want to do it all over the place. Don't litter your paper with capitals and exclamation points. If you're going to start a new piece, plan it out first like you had done last week, but then you have a great opportunity to say, okay, now I know how to make my writing even stronger. Where is a special spot where I can use that all cap or exclamation point or ellipse to really prove my point, really show my opinion, okay? So like I said, guys, be honest with yourself. Find either some weaknesses in a story you wrote, or not a story, but a letter you wrote last week, and improve upon what you had done, or you can begin a new one. Share it with your teacher, maybe on Seesaw. You could just show the sentence or read out loud what you had written and how you changed it, and let us see how you're doing with making your opinion writing stronger. Good luck today, everybody.